7, Inventory Valuation Part 1. And there are 6 objectives for this chapter. First, to define and determine retail deductions related to inventory. Second, to explain the differences among book inventory, physical inventory, and estimated physical inventory. And third, to define and calculate shortage based on book and physical inventory figures. Fourth, to understand why department and specialty store use the retail method of inventory compared to cost inventory method. And fifth, to calculate maintained markup and gross margin using the retail method of inventory. And sixth, to calculate gross margin return on inventory, also called as gross margin return on investment. And let's look at the overview for this chapter. We'll start from the calculation of book inventory, and we'll talk about the calculation of shortage, and then about the estimated shortage, and method of inventory valuation based on retail and cost, and gross margin return on investment. And then we'll review the cumulative and maintained markup based on the retail inventory method. And especially for this chapter 7 part 1, I will cover the calculation of book inventory. So let's talk about the inventory, types of inventory. And what is inventory? Inventory is also called as stock, so that's gonna be the merchandise you have. And you have to check this merchandise, your inventory, so that you can know how much merchandise you have and how much you can buy based on your inventory information. And first concept that you have to understand is gonna be physical inventory. Physical inventory is also called as actual inventory. That is gonna be the actual count of goods in units and dollar. And oftentimes this physical inventory is time consuming and expensive because you have to physically check all these, so it's gonna take a while, and also to hire people to do all this is gonna be expensive. So lots of retailers, they do this physical inventory check once or twice a year. Then what you can know about the other types of inventory is gonna be perpetual inventory. Perpetual inventory, they are also called as book inventory, and you can do this like a check about this book inventory between your physical inventories. And this inventory will be based on accounting books or records, and the total retail value of the stock can be determined at any time based on this book inventory. Compared to your physical inventory, you have to do it like physically, and it's gonna be hard to check it anytime. So that's gonna help you. Your perpetual inventory will help you to check day-to-day merchandise movement, and also you can kind of keep the record about your merchandise quickly for this perpetual inventory. Then let's talk more about this book inventory today. So book inventory, that's gonna be total merchandise handled minus retail deductions. You can calculate this based on your total merchandise that you handle, and you can think about your retail deduction. And I will give you the example about how you can think about this increase and decrease to the value of your inventory on the next slide. And when utilizing this book inventory, the perpetual inventory, it is really important that extensive records be maintained because everything that affects the value of the inventory must be reported. Because all the record about your merchandise, and if you buy something, if you purchase from your vendor, you have to put the right amount of your purchases as part of your total merchandise handle. And also if you sell something, you have to put that as your part of your retail deduction, so you can keep right amount of your inventory for your book inventory. And that's gonna give you the clear idea about your inventory And when you check that later with your physical inventory, so to have like a less difference between your physical and book inventory, it's gonna be very important to have a, if possible, try to track all this. I mean, you have to do it you have to keep the good record about your book inventory. And what will affect the decrease and increase of the value of your inventory? So let's talk about the transaction that will increase the value of your inventory. And these include purchases, so any purchases you made from your vendor, or transfers in. So transfers in will be your product received from the other store. So between any stores, department, if you receive some product from other stores or department, they will be transferred in and considered as the increase of your inventory value. And customer returns, because your customer return will be added to your inventory, so that's gonna be increase. And markdown cancellation and additional markup, these are the part of the things that will increase the value of your inventory. Then what will reduce the value of your inventory? So transactions that reduce the value of your inventory include return to vendors. So if you have any returns to the vendor, because that's not going to be your merchandise, your inventory, so there should be the reduction in the value of your inventory. And markdown also is going to be reduction of the value of your inventory, and any revisions downward will be, and transfers out. So if you are sending out something to other stores or other department, that's going to be reduction in your inventory value. And if you have any employee discount or customer discount, that's gonna be that reduction in your inventory value. Then how can you calculate this? Let's talk about the total merchandise handled first. So how can you calculate all this? So calculating total merchandise handled can be done by combination of all this information below. So beginning inventory plus net purchases plus net transfers actually in plus net price revisions. So all your total merchandise handle will include these components. And you have to think about that these are using the net information. So net dollar amount. So let's look at each concept. So beginning inventory, so when available, you need to use physical inventory because your physical inventory is more accurate than a book inventory figure. So if possible, it's gonna be more accurate information. And net purchases. So when you calculate these net purchases, you have to deduct any returns to vendor amount, because your gross purchases is not gonna be all of your purchases, because if you have any return, they should be subtracted from your gross purchases. And net transfers, merchandise is frequently transferred between the store and maybe transferred between department. And if you have any transfer in, that's gonna be treated like a purchase. So that's gonna be plus to your total merchandise handle. But if you have any transfer out, that's gonna be treated like an RTB. That means the returns to vendor. So that's gonna be minus to your total merchandise handle. Okay, then now let's look at the example. Determine the value of total merchandise handle from the following figure. So the table shows you that all the information that you can calculate your total merchandise handle. So it has opening inventory, gross purchases, returns to vendors, transfers out, transfers in, additional markup, and additional markup cancellation. So what you can do, you can think about which value, which figure will be plus to your total merchandise handle and which will be minus to your total merchandise handle. So your opening inventory is gonna be plus, and you're gonna add your gross purchases. But if you have any returns to the vendor, that's gonna be minus. Transfers out is gonna be minus. Transfers in is gonna be plus. And if you have any additional markup, it's gonna be plus. And if you have any cancellation about the markup, additional markup, that's gonna be minus. So you can just calculate like this plus minus that we have here, but based on the formula that you learn, you're gonna calculate it based on that formula. So let's look at the next slide. So for the formula, you learn that total merchandise handle will be beginning inventory plus net purchases plus net transfers plus net price revisions. So let's do step by step. First, beginning inventory is already given. You don't really have to calculate it, but keep that on the top. So opening inventory as 20,000. And then you can calculate net purchases because you know your gross purchases and returns to vendors. So that's gonna be 10,000 minus 450, which is gonna be 9,550 as your net purchases. And next is gonna be net transfer. So transfers out is gonna be minus and transfer in is gonna be plus to your inventory. But if you calculate like a transfers out, it's gonna be 350 minus 150. But for your inventory, that's gonna be minus value. So when you calculate this net transfers out, that's gonna be minus 200 to your total merchandise handle. And then you can calculate net price revision. In this case, you have additional markup and also additional markup cancellation. Then if you do like 64 as your additional markup minus 16, then you got this $48 as net additional markup. So now you know all these components for total merchandise handle. So you know the beginning inventory, and you know the net purchases, and you know the net transfers and net price revisions. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna plus all this information. So opening inventory 20,000 plus your net purchases 9,550, but your net transfer, this transfers out. So you're gonna minus 200, and then you're gonna plus your net additional markup, which is 48, and you got this 29,398 as your total merchandise handle. Okay, so now you learn how to calculate this total merchandise handle, and that's really important to learn as part of your book inventory because that's gonna be what you're gonna have, and then you're gonna deduct some amount as your book inventory. And we're gonna talk about the other part of this, book inventory in the next slide. So let's look at the retail deductions. So what are the retail deductions? If you see this formula, you can see what are the components of these retail deductions. So that includes net sales plus net markdowns plus discounts to employees, and any other special customers discount will be part of this retail deduction. So you can think about this like this. So for your inventory, if you sell something, that means the merchandise you have. So if you sell something, that's gonna be out of your hand. So that's gonna be your retail deduction because you don't have the merchandise anymore. So it's already sold. So that's gonna be your part of the deduction, and also the net markdowns and any discount to employees. And once again, the important part for this is gonna be net concept. So you have to calculate the net sales and net markdown to calculate these retail deductions. So for the net sales, if you have any customer returns and allowances, they should be subtracted from gross sales to calculate your net sales. And for the net markdown, if you have any cancellation, of course, it should be subtracted from your markdown. And if you have any discount to your employees and any other special customer discount, that will reduce the amount of sale that can be achieved from the inventory. Therefore, these kind of discounts must be treated as deductions from total merchandise handle. So that's gonna be minus. And let me show you the example here. So calculate the total deductions and the closing book inventory from the following figure. And this table gives you the information about total merchandise handle. So you don't have to calculate this total merchandise handle. But based on the information that you have below this total merchandise handle, including gross sales, customer returns, employee discount, markdowns, markdown cancellation, you need to calculate the total deduction. Then you can calculate your closing book inventory based on this total merchandise handle and total deduction, because there will be total merchandise handle minus total deduction. So let's look at the solution. So keep that total merchandise handle because you're gonna use it later. But let's go ahead and start to calculate from your total deduction. And for that, let's start to calculate the net sale. So you know your gross sales and customer returns. So that's gonna be 9,870 minus your customer return, and you got this 9,228 as your net sale. And you can calculate your net markdown. You know your markdowns and your markdown cancellation. So that's gonna be your markdown, which is 936 minus 76 is gonna be your net markdown, and that is 860. And you also have discount, employee discount, that's gonna be the deduction too, and you have that 380 as your employee discount. So now you know the net sales, net markdowns, and discounts, so you can calculate the total deduction. So that will be your net sales plus your net markdowns plus your employee discount. So you got this 10,468 from this information. And what's gonna be the next step? Now you know the total deduction, and you also know your total merchandise handle. Then to calculate your book inventory, I believe you remember the formula. That's gonna be total merchandise handled minus total deduction. So that's gonna be 29,398 minus 10,468, and you got this 18,930 as your closing book inventory. So now you know how to calculate all these, like total merchandise handle and your total deduction, and also how to calculate your book inventory based on this information. So you now got the concept about this inventory, which is also called as stock. And we'll continue to talk about this inventory the next time, and we're gonna talk more about the shortages and more about other valuation methods about the inventory in the next time and the following time. So that's it for chapter 7 part 1, and I will see you the next time to talk more about this inventory. So that's it.